Hello, hello! It is time. It's finally time to show my Vtuber. So this has been crazy. Like I literally just stopped doing commissions and just kept doing this Vtuber until it got to like a state I was okay with. I am kind of a perfectionist, so this is so hard, so weird. Hi Wolf Magic, hello, hello. Okay. It's just I have this weird sensation that like it's gonna be underwhelming. People are always expecting something different, some specific, like other Vtuber models. And mine is literally like just pixel art, right? So I don't know, but maybe I should just show it and rip off the band-aid, right? It's crazy. I've been doing this for like a week now, I think. A week. A month, I meant to say. I was supposed to actually debut this on Tuesday, which was my birthday. But I ended a lot of stuff happened. I should tell the story soon. But okay, let's see how this goes. This is my Vtuber. So I wanted to do like something very pixelated and frame to frame animated. So it shouldn't look like normal Vtubers that have all this transformation and morphing type of animations. Mine is literally like pixel art, and I'm still trying to figure out some things in Live 2D. As I said, like I have been toying with Live 2D for a while now, but like actually working on this model started like a month ago, I think, and I think it's like reasonable for now. Like I basically have like my head features. I still don't have like like next I want to do more facial features. I want to make my face move a little bit more. Like I have all the eye movements. I have have the browse. It still tracks a little weird. I gotta understand how that works still. And for sure, like to deal with design for people with a much smaller mouse than me. Even like setting all sensibility features to almost near zero and doing all limits possible. Like if I slightly open my mouth, it goes to full. See, it goes to full size. So either I have to find out a better way of doing this, or maybe I just open my mouth close a little bit more. So like, it probably has a better way of fixing this, but for sure I have a really big mouth, so that's to be expected. Okay, so let me show the full model. So I did draw everything, but of course, like only the head is animated still. It is a work in progress. I am going to do the whole model at some point, but you have to keep following to see how much I will improve this day to day. I'm planning on doing like probably the next updates. I want to do them on stream. So it's been a wild ride. So let me just tell about my week. So what happened. So basically, yay, strawberry! Hello! And you get to be so cute. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still like trying to figure out all the sensitivities, because like there are all the features that Live 2D already has on the app itself, but my Vtuber has some very specific characteristics. Like since one pixel move, it's like a really big thing. Like my eyes, I slightly move them and it looks like they're making big movements. Like of course, like one pixel change, my case is like a really big difference. So I have to figure out a way to make this less sensitive, or maybe figure out a way to move myself easily. I don't know. I will figure this out with time. But yeah, it's so weird. It's working. Like it has been somewhat working since Tuesday. I was ready to debug it. Debug it? Is that the correct way of saying doing the debug? But let me open. I think I have the model how it was. Let me figure this out. Just a second. Swapping to the other model. So this one. Let me just test it. Yeah, so this one was the one I had for the, you see, no head movements. It was like, this was what I was supposed to do on Tuesday. Like, even though I had already I actually drawn a lot more. I have all the body movements and stuff, but I still didn't manage to do them in Live 2D. And I will open Live 2D and show how this works, so you can see. But basically this is what I was doing for on Tuesday. The music is a bit loud. So I'm gonna make the music slightly. I think the music's a bit loud, right? So like I was super like anxious about showing the new character and all, and it was my birthday on Tuesday, so I wanted to like have a special time on stream and show this. But what happened was like some friends appeared randomly at my house. And no, you're not staying at home. You are gonna live with us. So I decided to go with them and cancel the stream. So the following day, I was like a little bit hangover. And oh, let me go back to the actual final Vtuber. Let me swap models, swapping models. So then I decided, well, if I'm already like, if I already lost my deadline, I might as well just keep adding more stuff, right? Just like, let's add the eyebrows. There was a bunch of things that was in store for like future updates. And I was like, okay, I can do it, fine. But then I got a weird thing that happened to my live to the I didn't understand exactly what happened, but basically every single texture in the whole model shifted like 1 or 2 pixels. Good job on the model, champ. Got some things to work on. Oh, it was awesome having you here. Thanks, Zug. It's awesome having a praise from Zug. Zug's such a good light to the modeler, so it's awesome. Yeah, like I am gonna keep improving on this. I'll show you just soon. I'll show you like how much stuff I already have prepared on the upcoming weeks. But basically, like, since I had already missed my Tuesday deadline, I was like, okay, so I can just keep adding stuff, and then late on Wednesday I can show whatever I got them, right? But I got this weird bug, and like I wasn't sure it was actually a bug. I figured like I just did something wrong, and I saved the file. I thought it was a graphic glitch, so I even restarted my PC and stuff, but I couldn't actually figure out what was happening. And since my character has like everything is so pixel perfect, right? Like if one pixel moves out of its way, start seeing like tons of random lines going all over the model. So there were like these random lines going everywhere because every single texture in the model was shifted 1 or 2 pixels. And I tried editing the texture map. I tried like re-adding all the images. I tried a bunch of stuff, couldn't figure it out. So my whole day was like spent just stressing over this. And since I had already saved and closed the file and I didn't have a backup for that, I just basically lost whatever I would, right? So I decided, okay, I already missed my deadline, but I will just do one from scratch. I have all the files here. I have this one I can use as a reference. I'll just restart everything from scratch, and maybe I can even like learn some things, like fix some things, make some things better that I just learned. Fires Blacksmith, hi. Thank you. Still a work in progress. There's much to add. But yeah, thanks. Like if you see like I'm still missing like some movement, like I can do down, up, front, middle, but like diagonals I don't have still. I can't go diagonally yet. And my side face is supposed to be a lot more. The sides. That is something, because when I move more than this, my eye is supposed to change to another illustration, like a smaller pixel wide eye that I have already drawn. So that means I have to rig the new model, and like for every coordinate my head move, there are some elements that have keyframes in different parameters, so I have to keep re-adding them over and over and over. And that's one of the drawbacks of doing this very limited animation art style. So yeah, so basically I just spent the rest of the week working on rebuilding this from scratch in what, 4 days, 5 days? Hi bro, hello. Nice having you here. It's crazy that like the if I do whatever smallest smile I can, my mouth will instant. I have to find a way to correct this sensitivity. And like I tried, let me show you how it is on the. Okay, let's start doing the Vtuber thing. Going to the side. And where is left? Okay, so basically, so for example, these are the amount of parts my mouth has, right? So I'm still not using all of them, of course. Like some of these are like side mouths and stuff, so I'm not using all of them. But the way I managed to do this pixelated turns is by, instead of letting the animation flow from one keyframe to the others, I basically have like keyframes that hold the animation in place. So from this keyframe to this keyframe, the eyes are here. Then from this to this, the eyes are there. There. This is how it goes, right? So this works for. Oh, this is the smile. I close my eyes. Thing. So you see just one keyframe here, but there's actually 2 keyframes here. Like if I select, just like every keyframe has like another keyframe just like .99999 close, so they're basically in the same position, so you can't actually see the change between them. So I can't actually use any of the features from Live 2D, like all the deformers and transformation meshes. I basically have to do all the animations hand to hand. Some I can just like move the piece to the side a little bit. Some, like the eye, I have to completely change the eye, right? Like for example, when I close, you see where it just shifts to another image, right? The closing. And this is basically what I will have to do when I'm looking towards the sides, because like if I'm looking in other direction, one eye should get smaller, so I have a whole other illustration for that. And I already did a bunch of those. It's been crazy. So I basically I lost a lot of time just doing a bunch of illustrations and trying to get the most like I wanted to have everything I would need for my character, like all the angle, all the different like movements I could do. But maybe I can prepare these other generic backgrounds. Yeah. And dude, this has been a weird week. There's so much stuff. And like the crazy thing is that while I was working on this, I was also working on that big art I did for the last Rob showcase, which took me a while to do that. So the reason I decided to take on another big project while doing this is because I was getting so stressed out by Live 2D. All the weird bugs I was having, and even before the Tuesday thing. Hi PB. How are you doing? I finally have a Vtuber model. I still gotta fix this tracking. I tested the mouth a lot, but I think if I just keep smiling, it just sticks on this position, right? Like, if I keep smiling, it sticks on this position. So I have to talk differently. Maybe if I add more frames, more different smile drawings, because I don't think I have a good variety of smiley things. And I tend, especially today, I tend to keep smiling a lot. I basically have like 3 frames, right? I have this, and yeah. I have to add more frames, and then I think the sensitivity. It's not. I think it's not a sensitivity problem. Maybe it's just a variety thing. If I add more frames, it probably will fix. The issue here is exactly what I was explaining. Every time I add a new frame, I also have to add it to all the different angles. Down, slightly up. Even though I managed to make them work as independently as I could, I'm trying to make like every element the least perfect as possible. I'm getting a little bit technical. And there's another weird thing that happens all the time, and probably you can see. Sometimes when I'm looking slightly to the side, it can't quite capture my eyes. I think this because I don't have a good coordination. I have this ring light straight towards my face, but I think when I turn a bit too much, and of course the model is not following my face, so it just starts tracking just one eye. See, I'm blinking both, it just tracks one. And sometimes it sticks with the last position it was before I did that, so like one eye stays stuck in one position and the other goes the other way. I think that is something I could fix by adding more light, but at the same time, like if I am doing art with all this light on my face, I'm pretty sure I will be blind like a month. I still gotta figure out how to. How do streamers live with all this light on their face? Probably all blind, right? We have like pilot, like people that actually need their vision. That I don't think so, right? As soon as they start becoming a streamer, they lose all eyesight for sure. Okay, so I wanted to watch some of the... I recorded some parts, like, whenever I wasn't so stressed that I just decided to record everything. I did it! Hi, Biscottis! Hello, hello. Yeah, I did redo it from scratch, but when I was redoing the whole thing, I actually managed to... It's crazy because I actually like redoing scratch, because I think every time, especially this is my first model, the first time I was ever working with Live2D. I feel like every time I was redoing it from scratch, I could learn like new stuff, like figure out, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this way or that way. And I certainly did a lot of things different on the first time. It was a very fun ride doing all of this. So first I wanna show you some things that I had saw earlier. Yeah, like it was very stressful, like having to deal with not only bugs, but stuff that I never had. I had zero experiences like today, so every time something happened, I didn't know if it was actually a bug or I was doing something wrong. I do think the whole texture shifting thing was a bug, because I tried to replicate the same steps I did that day, and I could never replicate that. So I think something happened there. I don't think I did something that weird. And the fact that I just couldn't like undo whatever I did there, yeah, it was definitely something weird. So before I had started, I knew of some other Vtubers or Live2D riggers that had done similar stuff to what I wanted. So you see, like, basically people have like there is this blubber. There are like a very amazing pixel artist and Live2D rigger, and they did a lot of experiments. I learned a lot from this person. I messaged them, we talked a little bit about this, and do you see how they separated this like level 1, level 2, level 3 animation types? And most pixel VTubers I have ever seen was something of this level 2 type, using all the deformers and all the features you have in Live2D, like as if you would rig any other normal VTuber, but just the illustration is pixelated, right? But I really wanted like a very old game, 90s game, pixel art animation style. Like, it is the type of animation that I'm used to, and even though I knew I wasn't gonna have like, because this is not just a regular animation, right? I had to figure out how to do it in Live2D, and how do I use it combined with all these thousands of parameters and all these elements I've got to rig in Live2D. So this was my starting point, and like there was this was like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I think. And I actually started doing, this was before my PC crashed. Oh wait, my PC bug was actually last year. It's a lot more than 6 months ago. It's like 8 months ago, probably. Yeah. Wait, we're September. More. Oh my god. Getting old. Time is flying. This was like last year. Okay, but like I basically had started another model and I lost the whole file and all the experiments I had done. But of course I had all that knowledge fixed into my brain, but I couldn't actually figure out how to do the animation, especially for stuff like the eye movement and the eyes. Like I could do like a fixed animation for the eye closing and opening, and maybe you need to get cat ears. Maybe I should do cat ears. I guess every VTuber have cat ears, right? But then I saw this other person, Easy. Easy is an insane live 2D rigger, and they do this very intricate animation style VTubers. And what they did was show me that it was actually possible to achieve what I wanted. Like, even though they are using all the features, the deformers, and everything like 2D has to offer, you can see that it's not just a bitrate thing. Like you actually can rig and move in a very specific way. Until I finally found this person, and this was what changed things.
Frames for pieces that require a bit more deformation than just XY movement. That and knowing how many frames you're going to need to make. And if you want smoother transitions, you can always put more frames. The keyforms are certainly deceiving. As you can see, all my points look like they're just one solid point, but that's not true. Everything is 2 points, just more really close together, pretty much as close as Live 2D will allow. So basically, I set up my starting keyforms the way I normally would when I rig normal models, but instead of allowing Live 2D to transition these for you, we're going to add our own transition. Put a keyform right before where you want the change to happen.
So yeah,
I actually found that in VTube Studio, because your face is smooth and ever moving, you're going to be hitting these weird in-betweens, and you'll often see flickers of frames as you change positions. So let's fix that. Go to the parameter you were just working on, click anywhere on it till you get that little...
And it was it. Then after I saw this, I just like kept like that was the day I was like, okay, then I can do a pixel VTuber. Because at that point I wasn't even think it was possible to do it the way I wanted, right? I wasn't sure it was even possible. So this actually showed me, okay, this is very much doable. I can do it. So I will do it. If I can, I will do it. And then like it was right at the same time I was having like this huge burnout after all the TwitchCon grinding commissions I was doing at the beginning of this year. And I was like, dude, I should just talk a little bit with the commissions, work on my Live 2D model and my VR chat model, which is another thing that I am working on. That one is gonna be ready soon as well. And then I took this time for myself, worked on this, and this is it. I actually enjoyed a lot how it turned out. I will still have to add a lot more to make it look a little bit more, I don't know, I think it just needs more, right? Because it is, because of all the pixel style animations and how sensitive every movement is, with like one pixel movement changes a lot. So I had to figure out like how not like do more sensitive turns? Maybe, like for example, this side movement I could like end it, even though it is moving 1 pixel, I could maybe move some elements like just the nose and the eyes a little bit, and then on the other frame it moves the whole face, maybe. Could be something. And then just keep turning. I want to show you some videos that of the whole process. This was a fun, but like tricky to do, I think is the correct word. Like very tricky. Okay, so you might remember the first art I did. Wait, downwards. Okay, move a little bit side. I didn't like. I have to figure out how am I gonna use my Vtuber from now. Maybe here. So like this is the art I had done. I really love that art that I did last year for my how to say, my reference, artist reference. So I wanted to just get the outline from that art to base this one. So I basically just traced like a general outline real quick. To speed up the whole process, because it's a very simple thing. I'm basically just tracing an outline of the whole character. Then I moved the character to the side just so I could have a reference, and decided to draw on top of my traced sketch, right? So now we go to the art itself. So basically I started like I've been doing most of the portraits and other art that I reviewed live before, like do the eyes, start adding more and more elements as I go on. I started trying to color pick the exact same colors from my old model, but like you see that as soon as I get to the actual art, I'm like, maybe I should just do my own new thing. I think I changed every single color shade for the character, like the eyes, the skin, the hair. Not a single shade is the same as it was before. The eyes. I like the and here I'm also like studying how big of a resolution that I wanted to actually have for this. I couldn't actually figure out what I like, but the resolution I started was the one I stayed to the end. I was prepared to just redo the whole thing at some point, because I really thought that I wasn't gonna be able to do I didn't feel like the move it was gonna look good. But it actually ended up like liking a lot how the final product is. So yeah. Eyebrows. I basically shifted Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V the eye. I'm gonna keep jumping random just to go faster over this. Mouth. My original reference art, I have a much more rounded face. It was a look that I wanted for my character, but since the male model, which I am gonna do a male model VTuber at some point, it is a project. I am gonna keep swapping between the girl and the boy Arara. But of course I started with her, the Girara, the girl Arara. And I wanted them to look a little more similar to each other. And the male model always had a much more V-shaped face. So I decided to give her the same kind of look. Change her a little bit. Drawing. It's crazy when I hit like just the edge of a pixel change animation. Like I'm seeing that I'm doing that a lot with my mouth movements. There is like one sweet spot where I get really close to the edge between one frame and the other, and it just like instantly. Let me see if I can get. The frame keeps like going insanely to one way and the other. I love that. Doing the face markings. The face markings are a problem in itself. Like, at least like I have a resolution that where I can actually draw 3 lines. Anything smaller than this, I think, is gonna be close. But the side movement, it will be a little weird, at least for the first update I am thinking about, because the face marking actually, they should like complete the circumference of the eye, right? Especially when I look at I still don't know exactly how to do it. Maybe there is a smarter, something to figure out. At the ears, the hair. Oh, one thing that I actually think it is possible to do, I have to do more testing on that, is it is possible to do like some physics things. So I'm planning to add some actual physics, at least to the hair, and when I add tilting movements, like for now I cannot tilt my head, right? I can barely like rotate it. But at some point I will try to make, but this is a very future thing. But I want to do tilting head. And for this to tilt, this would mean a lot of redrawing because it's literally pixels, right? It's square. I cannot just rotate this. So, and I want to keep the same aspect ratio, like the squares. So I want to make this. The thing I like most about doing pixel art in 2024 is to do stuff that people wouldn't think it's possible to do with pixel art. That is mostly what drives things I do. So I really want this model, or a future model that is to be the case, to move as close whatever big Vtuber has, right? It will take some time, of course, a lot of updates, a lot of iterations would be the correct word here. But at some point I want every movement at some point I will do everything. Just take a little more time. So to the neck, this copper-like neck thing. I'm gonna real with you. To this day, I don't know exactly. I mean, I know exactly where I took this idea from. Let me. For the. Have you ever watched? What was that movie? It's Jupiter Ascending. Yes, it is. So in Jupiter Ascending, there was the villain. Do you remember the villain of Jupiter Ascending? If someone knows what fuck this movie is. What is the name of this actor? Let me get this dude. Oh, Eddie Redmayne. So here is the character, right? Oh, where is it? Desktop. Wait, where did I put this image? Dude, how am I having such a hard time with Oh, it's a weird name file. Okay, that's why it's not appearing. This web. So this character, Eddie Redmayne in Jupiter Ascending, had this whole neck piece and the cape. Let me get another image so I can. So this was basically what I used to inspire my original outfit ideas. Was this character, right? Like the whole cape and open chest. This was basically what inspired my design. And this is a very weird movie, but I love the character design on that movie, even though it's So, but then I remember when I was drawing the first Arara character, and I started adding all the red. I knew I wanted to be a red Arara, and Arara is Portuguese for red macaw, right? And I knew I wanted to be that bird, so I decided like, well, if I am gonna have like a neck metal piece, maybe I take a red metal like copper or something. And that's how this came to be. Okay, let's move this a little bit more. Just adding tons of pixels, highlights, until it gets all that metal feeling. Another thing that I think I'm gonna do is invert the side of my character, because I think it would my monitor is that way, so I basically looking the different way. Yeah, maybe just invert the parameters like today. That's, or maybe I moved. Nah, it's okay to be on the right side. I was thinking maybe I can move myself to the left side, but I think the right side is the much more known place to have the Vtuber character. So let's get to boob drawing. Boob drawing is always a good portion of our lives. Start by the shadows. Basically just following my sketch. So since I know where everything is gonna be, I can just like go with whatever I have there. Portions a little bit, and then I start. One thing I really wanna do, like as soon as I kind of finish everything that I want to do, my face movements and all, I want shoulder movements. I really hate the stiff shoulder. I want to move them up and down. I really need my shoulder. The most important things here. In the tattoos. And this is actually the first time I'm actually drawing my character in a higher resolution. So I was actually able to actually draw the tattoos and all. Most times I only do like 3 pixels for all of this. At the lower resolutions I usually draw myself. I was finally able to draw some. It's still like not much visible, at least the chest tattoo, it's not that much visible. But the belly one looks awesome. I hated how I looked back then. Unfortunately, I fixed it. Oops. Adding some anti-alias. Good on Tuesday. I went out with friends for my birthday, right? And here in Brazil, it's very common for most bars to have their tables on the street. I don't know if you ever saw this on the internet or whatever. But like most bars have their tables on the streets, right? And it's not raining. It's actually very hot in Brazil right now. So I thought it was okay, right? And dude, it was so later at night. It was so cold, and I think I got like some type of flu. Dude, I got a runny nose and I'm sneezing all the time. At least during stream, I don't think I did sneeze all that much. But yeah, that's been my. Here I'm starting the belly tattoo. It's supposed to be a very symmetrical tattoo, so I was very careful about its design. Let me move. Oh, I decided I need to see how big the arms were gonna be before I actually tattoo. I have all these proportions, perfectionism, like tattoo should go to, like this part of the arm, and I have all this, but they only work in my head, like they're not actual rules. So yeah, I remember I was like, I need to see where the arms are so I can keep doing it. I did that and I was like, okay, I can go back to it. I did my belly tattoo. But at some point I'm gonna have all this body moving. And I hope it looks awesome when I get there. I don't know exactly when, but that's some point. Wait, how did my belly ended up being? I didn't change much from my original. The face, I have redone some things. Especially the eyes, I kept... it was the first thing I started doing, of course. So as I started making some experiments, seeing how it would behave in Live 2D, I just kept changing, till I finally got what I have here. And I think yesterday I did another update. Video is almost over. I think I stopped for the day here. Then on another day, did I come? This is the legs one. Started right or left. I basically just do the same thing I had done my previous reference art. I wanted some details, like for example at this part, I really wanted to be visible, like that there is a part of the cape, or like skirt, I don't know how I would say, that goes above the butt and the side of the legs, right? I wanted to make that more visible on this version. So I did that. That was something that I already had in mind on my original design, but I didn't have the enough resolution to do it as detailed. Feet. Feet. All my feet practice. I have to train more streaming because I think my English will get a lot better as I stream a little bit more. But all my feet drawing practice, I did all of this by memory. Like I didn't have a reference to do this. I just kept like doing until I felt it was right. The leg tattoo. This one was crazy because it's a very geometrical tattoo, but on the curved surface, like on the leg. But it's pixel art, right? So how do you do it? So I have to put like a slight curve on this thing, and you see how much I struggled with this. I think in the end, like, it looks nice. Now the leg, or the lower leg. I kept testing the colors from the shades from the original, and I was like, not feeling this. Maybe if I use another color. I did this constant single shade. Fluff. Adding a little curve. The bracelets. The hands. The hand, I think, because I am gonna use it so much in some of the toggles I wanna do and stuff, I think I'll have to redo them because they are not prepared for animation at all. They're basically just one frame, one layer thing, and I will have to redo the whole hands. compared to the other one. The cape. That was basically it. Crazy. Okay, so what I decided to do after finishing this was, of course, I had to cut it for Live 2D. But since even though I could watch as many tutorials on how to cut your Live 2D VTuber and all that stuff, my VTuber would have very specific characteristics, right? So I really needed to test how should I do it, like how was it gonna work. So I started making tests with my character. I cut into different this I think is where I begin the tests, right? Yeah. Oh, this I wanted to try rotating the face, but this I think is the one I was thinking, if I am to rotate the face, how much would I have to change on the face? What can I do just moving pixels? How much would I have to redraw? That was basically my thought process. But this, I think I discarded this one because it was horrendous. Let's see the other video. What I do on the other one. Oh, I decided to start cutting into pieces and separating in layers. I got this cool script that exports your layers and all the good stuff from Sprite directly to Photoshop. So since Live 2D only accepts Photoshop files as input, like I could finally just use Sprite straight to Live 2D. Like, of course, there is a Photoshop file in the middle of the way, but it works. I never have to actually open Photoshop. I'm still this is me playing with like, okay, what should I do if I just cut the chin a little bit, put in another layer. I had this idea of doing every piece in 2 or 3 separate pieces, so I could like separate them or make them one inside the other and kind of fuse when I'm moving. So if I need some part to get smaller because of, like, imagine my eyes, right? If I turn to the side, maybe I have half the eye in an image, the other half in another image, and I could bring them closer and closer together, 1 pixel closer, 1 pixel closer, and that would make them look better. But I ended up not using that in the end. I just use like a lot of redrawing. This is my testing video. I just keep drawing many different things, seeing what would happen. I'm looking at the names here. Most of these layers are still the same in my final model. It's crazy. But I did change a lot how this works. Okay, this video is about to end. Which is the next one? Oh, it's the one when I finally redraw my eyes. I hated these eyes. Ever since I first drawn them, I was like, dude, I hate these eyes. They are not looking cool. They're weird. They're too separated. I don't know. They're not working. I have to redo them. And at some point I decided to remove the detail. Like you see there's a pink pixel on the corner of the white part of the eyes. I had to remove that. Like on my final model is just whites. So I could make the eye movement a lot simpler. But this will only come when I actually start to doing all the live 2D stuff. And now one thing that I have is I use the white part of the eye layer as a clipping layer for the eyeball itself, so it doesn't go off and shows like outside of the eye, right? At this point I still didn't know how clipping layers worked in Live 2D, so I had all these like ideas of how I would hide stuff and do a bunch of layers one on top of the others to block pixels from appearing when they shouldn't. There were so many useless overused layers. Ended up removing them all together in the end. I really like my nose, especially when I move. I think from this moment to now, no, I'm adding right here. Like my nose has 3 parts. It's back, tip. Like I move only the tip of the nose, you see? And sometimes the 2 white pixels from the top part of the nose also move, but it's rare. Oh, they used to have a shadow, but I cut the shadow out. Now the shadow is stuck with the face layer. Because they couldn't go over the red markings, right? Okay, so next video I think is where I draw the side eyes, which are still not rigged and implemented, even though I draw a bunch of extra layers and extra elements. So you see how when I turn to the side, the eye, like the right eye kinda got bigger and the left eye got smaller. So this is what I'm gonna have on future models. Not on future models, on future updates for this model. Then I try to do the markings, and I just, you see the edge, like the how do I explain this? In the end, I didn't use the actually round face markings. I did like a horizontal finish to the edge of the face markings. So I can just like add infinite horizontal lines to the sides, and they go way off the face, but I use the face as a clipping. So when I turn to the side, you just keep see the lines going infinitely towards the side, so I can just turn my face. And this will still be the solution even when I add some more frames going to the side in the near future, which is my next update, is adding more rotation to my head. But I don't think at the moment of this recording I had already made that decision. Yes, this is the final video actually. I have some testing videos. Okay, face reveal. Just show you some earlier version of me testing my eyes. This is me testing. I didn't record most of my live today. I didn't record at all my live today journey because I kept like redoing stuff, like doing and redoing everything every time, all the time, and I just kept getting annoyed by myself. It's part of the process, right? So I thought like most of this will be useless, and I am not gonna edit all this stuff. I'm just gonna use like how I'm using now. But in hindsight, I think I should like recorded something, right? But I was always so stressed. That was even one of the reasons why I decided to do the whole art piece for the Rob's Art Showcase. Let me show so people know which art I am talking about. Hi Rev, hi. Hello. So this art piece right here. How do I make it? Whether it's perfect for Windows down. Get to screen, yeah. Freshness is what should suit. And like the scene behind. Bottom of the Vtuber because I want to show my new Vtuber. So I started working on this piece exactly because I was getting so stressed with Live 2D. I decided I have to do something else so I wouldn't like completely blank out. Like I would get so nervous while working with Live 2D. So every day I started my day with Live 2D, and I kept working on it until I was completely pissed. And then I would go to this one, to this art piece, which I was like super happy to do and much more easier to do for me. Like it's something I'm very used to do. I can do it easily. So I kept working on this on the side, and as a stress relief. And I'm really happy. I am adding more people to this. This is not over yet. I'm still gonna use the same strategy, like work on the VTuber, then go back to this one until I finish however many people I wanted to put here in first place. Yeah, I really like how it turned out. And I think this is it for today. I just wanted to just like rip the band-aid off, show my Vtuber character as soon as possible. Dude, I was so anxious. Like today, I kept like thinking if I should I show it like this? Should I add more stuff? I was like super self-conscious about what to do if it was enough for stream. And I think like it works. I think for now it's my new project, right? I want to keep adding stuff to this, making it more and more complex. This is like an alpha version. It just has head movement. My body is still stick to the ground, but it's something that I will change soon. Very happy how it turned out anyways. Okay, let's see. Where am I going to send everyone? I have to go there. There's so many birthdays this week. September is crazy. The amount of birthdays there are in September is crazy. I'm gonna send it to Nocris. Say hi to Nocris for me. Yeah, dude, it was awesome. Doing this, like at least getting this out there. It's fun. It was fun, like not getting so anxious about what will people think. Now people can like watch the VOD and say whatever they want about this, and maybe if someone sees something I should fix, have any ideas of stuff I could do, now people can just tell me, and it's gonna be much easy for me to just come live on stream and having my character on screen. This will be cool. Okay, see you soon. I am gonna keep doing the Vtuber art though. I stopped on G, and there is a whole lot of alphabet to go through. So I am still doing that soon, real soon. And now I have a Vtuber avatar to use. Okay, bye bye. It was really nice seeing such cute people here. Thanks for hyping me up. Bye.